Hi, I'm Rick Harris. Today we're going to talk about some of the troubleshooting tips that you might need to use if in fact something happens where you're not quite sure what to do. First and foremost, for safety, you want to make certain that your emergency stop is turned off, and you want to remove plugs. I know it seems redundant, but let's be absolutely certain. If, for instance, you should experience a clog, the machine is running, everything seems normal, but there's nothing coming out the end of the hose. This would indicate that you've got a plug inside your hose somewhere. There could be many things that would cause this. It's something that's not very common. However, if it does happen, one little tip for you is to make certain that the auger is turned off on the machine and that the only thing being sent through the hose is air. At that point, pick up the end of the hose and try and seal your hand over that hose, allowing that air pressure to build inside the hose, and then when you release it, in a lot of cases that plug will come right through. If that doesn't occur, then you're going to need to shut the machine down, separate the hose where the plug is, and then just beat on it with a screwdriver handle or a hammer to get that product out of the hose and release that plug. Connect the hoses back together and continue on. Another thing that might occur is that suddenly the machine will shut itself off. Here, this 15 amp reset switch, or a little button that pops out, what that indicates to you is that something has jammed inside the machine. This reset pops out when the motor begins to overheat. Saving your motor from overheating and blowing on you, this pops out instead. So what you want to do is research the actual auger system. Maybe there's something that's caught up in there. Maybe there's a piece of rope that got caught up in the augers, or something that's jammed in there. In that case, you're going to want to, of course, shut it down, unplug it, and then remove any insulation that's in here, and then investigate the augers inside to see whether or not they're moving freely. If your machine is not producing the way it was when you first purchased it, chances are pretty good that the production has diminished because your seals have begun to wear. What we're going to do now is we're going to remove this entire hopper and give you access to the inside of the machine so you can see where the seals are located and how to replace them. Okay, so now we're looking at the actual base unit of the machine. You can see here we actually have the auger tines. These are the teeth that actually chew the material up when you load it down inside. This is the gate lock, or the feed gate system right here. As you can see, there's a series of flaps or rubber seals that are attached by these two metal paddles. They're sandwiched in between those two metal paddles. 95% of the time when one of our clients calls and says that they're losing production in their machine, it's because of these seals. Now, these seals are made of very nice high performance rubber material, and under normal use they'll last for about a year before they need to be replaced. But that doesn't mean that things can't happen. Screwdrivers, flashlights, or other foreign objects can be dropped inside the hopper and could damage a seal right away. But this is really what it comes down to. This is where you have to have a good seal all the way around to have that pressure to be able to send that material through. A set of seals can be sent to you from us, and it can be also ordered through our online web store. And the only thing you have to do is remove 3 screws for each of these sandwiched pieces of metal, open it up, remove the seal, and put in a new one. There's a total of 6 inside this machine. As part of your general maintenance, you're going to want to check the front of the machine as well. Now, for the purpose of this video, we've removed the 5 screws located around the perimeter of this panel. And as you can see, as I remove this, you want to double check everything in the front of the machine. You want to look at the chains, you want to look at the cogs, make certain that they still have plenty of teeth left, and you want to make certain that while you're in there doing your maintenance that you're adding grease to these grease fittings. These chains should have a little bit of play in them, but not more than 1/4 of an inch. If they're too tight or too loose, they will wear on these cogs and sprockets. In order to tighten these chains or loosen them to adjust, you will loosen this one and this one. And as you can see, they're mounted on a bracket that allows them to slide up or down, adding or subtracting tension to the chain. If you've come up with a problem that we haven't covered in these videos, please feel free to contact us at the office and we can definitely walk you through some troubleshooting tips. There are also some troubleshooting tips in the back of your owner's manual. Certainly we're always available to help in any way that we can, so don't hesitate to contact our office.